Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Mars Horizon, a brand new space and strategy game out that puts you in the shoes of a space program, or sorry, a space agency during the space race. It starts in the 1950s, but I believe it goes all the way into the near future, as it does, obviously by the name, the goal is to get to Mars. We're still very early on in this game, though. This is part number 3 of our series. We've successfully put a sounding rocket into low Earth orbit. We've successfully put a satellite into Earth orbit, and our next objective is going to be to get an animal into space so we can start preparing the way for human spaceflight. With that being said, we don't have all the required research done yet for that, and so we have sort of put together a couple of side missions for space secondary objectives, I guess. You've got like requested missions, I assume from like different government agencies or scientific agencies that are trying to learn stuff that are sort of supplement your milestone missions, and that's what we've been focusing on here as we work on getting our research sort of put out so that we can work toward the first animals in space. But with that being said, this was taken from a live stream from my Twitch channel from just the other night. This is a really interesting game. I'm really enjoying it. It's a little bit more of a laid-back pace. It's not, super fast-paced. It's not super action-packed. It's a little bit easier than Buzz Aldrin's Space Program Manager, which I think is perhaps a little bit too challenging, and I think this one may be a little bit too much on the easy side. I am playing on the normal difficulty, but let me know your thoughts. Leave your thoughts down below, and I will catch you guys at the end. Mr. Solitary Sushi, a.k.a. Dude, thank you very much for the follow. All right, so we almost had a catastrophic failure, but it wasn't, so we get reduced rewards due to the results. So we succeeded at a request mission. I think we need to go ahead and research mission control now. Oh, no, we're working on Eden. When's Eden going to complete? Next month? Maybe? Looks like it. All right. Do we want to plan another mission, by the way? Do we want to do another secondary mission, actually? So if I go to active missions, we have... If I go to requests, we still got the ionic measurements. It's a challenging mission, or we can do orbital radio. These are both secondary missions. I've required all the research for both of these. So we can do that. We'll do a standard explorer. I'm not going to do like the more expensive kind or anything like that. Build the payload. Race to space. The prospect of launching the first human into space is dominating the newspapers. Most have labeled it an impossible endeavor, whilst the less skeptical outlets claim a rival agency are bound to get there first. So I can declare I'll win the race, or decline to enter the race. So we can enter the race to get the first man into space, or we can decline to do it. I'm guessing entering the race will give us a huge prestige boost if we succeed. So I gain 100%. I gain 100 support. I've replied that it is not only possible, but inevitable that humans will reach space, and what's more, our agency will be the first to do it. Well, Eden's research is complete. Japan completed artificial satellite second. So Eden does get us further down the path toward human spaceflight, but we need to go ahead and research mission control first. So we need 700 research. That's going to take several months for us to get to. What's anybody else doing right now? Animals in space? So we're the only ones who have the research completed. So we're ahead in animals in space, which presumably also gets us to humans in space. I don't have a mission slot available yet until I get a mission control. Looks like, I'm assuming this is the Japanese satellite, or is it our own? I'm not sure. I never noticed that before, though. Maybe it's the Japanese satellite in orbit. America, America, America! Hell yeah. All right. So the payload's complete. Now we need to build the rocket. Increased vehicle build cost, but more scientific reward. I'm okay with that. I think I've got the cash. So let's do a booster. We can either do the Vanguard, which we've successfully launched once, or we can do the Jupiter, this would be our first launch of the Jupiter rocket. Its reliability is actually much greater. It's much more expensive. It'd probably be overkill for this mission to go with the Jupiter, but obviously it would give us a much better chance of success. We'll stick with the Vanguard for now, as well as the upper stage Viking, I guess. The Jupiter's too heavy. Mission named. The vehicle nickname will be the Neuhauser 1. We'll see if it succeeds. By giving it that name, I'm sure I have doomed it for failure. That's going to fail 100%. You know, we'll see. We'll see. You know, not to name things after you. That's true. I should have named it after someone else or something. You know, maybe name it after... who is our pilot? Who is our very successful pilot? I can't remember. P. Warner? I think we've got the German scientists already. Gon Kagleronka? All right, 2 months, Neuhauser 1 will complete. Research is underway on mission control. Still a little ways away from completing that. So we'll go ahead and move to the next month. ESA is launching their first artificial satellite in 12 months. They're so far behind. All right, so we've completed the construction of the vehicle, plus 5% payload reliability. We'll move into launch preparations. You're right, Baldwin, I should do training. Training is a crucial part of the mission plan and allows your staff to crew to focus on particular aspects of the mission. So let's go ahead and use training. What should we focus on? So we can either focus on launch reliability, which will increase reliability, or we can focus on payload reliability. Payload's already more reliable, so I'm going to go with launch reliability. So we'll pick a launch date. Looks like there's no good launch window till January. So we'll go with January. That's 3 months from now. That'll give me 9% more reliable. We'll confirm that. Hash, yeah, good to see you. Hope you enjoyed and have a nice night. How many people is the crew made of? Well, there's no crew on this mission. I'm not sure. Looks like China has a satellite in orbit now. So let's take a look here. If we take a look at the milestones, I've completed the required research. So has China, so has Japan in the race to put an animal into space. Now that they've all completed the required research, it's only a matter of time till they schedule something. So the fact that we've got a mission scheduled 3 months from now, but it's not the right mission, we might risk falling behind in the race. Soviet Union's artificial satellite failed. If we go to the... Sorry, mission control's not done yet. If we go to milestones, is anybody planning a mission yet? No one is yet planning animals in space. All right. Animal in space in 9 months for Japan. Oof. I can't start building it yet, I don't think, because I can only have one active mission. So if I were to go to this, I can't do it until we've got mission control, which we haven't researched yet. We'll get it next month. Open Skies Debate. A global symposium is taking place to establish law regarding territorial space for orbiting satellites. The proposed treaty states that all nations should have free access to space. Your advisors believe supporting the treaty will improve diplomatic relations with other space agencies, though opposing it may provide popular with sections of our media. We'll oppose it. I want to gain support. I do lose reputation with the other agencies, which I haven't even really looked at diplomacy yet, but... So we didn't quite have enough to move us into the next category, so our budget remains the same. Although the money hasn't really been an issue for us at this stage. All right, so 71% launch reliability, 75% equipment reliability. Medium risk mission. Here we go. Oh, it's raining. What's your question? If the Americans that landed on the moon left a U.S. flag there, can we see it from Earth because the moon doesn't turn? I don't know. We'll go with March. Or no, February. Alright, we need to build a mission control anyway. So let's build mission control. It's going to be expensive. There's no perk for putting it next to the rocket or the hangar. There's a penalty for putting it next to the rocket test center. So we probably want to put it over here because we'll get a perk for putting it next to our headquarters and also to our vehicle assembly. Meanwhile, research, now that mission control is done. We've already researched the required stuff for animal in space. So I think the question is, do we need to research a bigger rocket? I don't know what the Eden, what's the Eden? Does it give me like payload information? I wish it would tell me what the. Okay, so the mass is 500 kilograms. So if we go to our vehicles, the Jupiter booster has a payload, or has a capacity of 1,200. The upper stage is 1,200. The capacity, great. So we've got the required booster and Jupiter. We've got all the required stuff that we need for the animals in space. So that's good. So in that case, I think I'm just going to research human in space, because that's where we want to go after the animals. And we're building the mission control, so. Hey, the Big Bang 402. Thank you very much for the resub there. Been waiting for this game for a while now. Yeah, it's really interesting. I like it a lot. So far, anyway. I've only been playing it for like an hour and 20 minutes. All right, launch preparations. All right, looks like we got good weather. I wonder if rain is the only risk. Like, does it ever tell you it's too windy to launch? The Neuhauser 1. Adequate conditions. Okay. -4. I guess because it's cloudy? Doesn't really tell me. We'll launch anyway. Let's see what happens, Neuhauser. Cross your fingers, everybody.
2, 1. We have liftoff.
Hasn't blown up yet. Hasn't blown up yet. Woo! Success so far. Level 2 for the Vanguard booster. And for the Viking upper stage. So now we're in space in February of 59. Our task is to collect 2 comms and 2 data. So, first things first. Signal return test. Visual data collection. Use up 2 power on one of our turns. Gets us halfway to our objective if they both succeed. But the first one failed. Uh-oh. So, terrible weather patterns have caused a degradation in the signal. I'm going to resist and use 1 power, so we still obtain our objective. And we just barely did the visual data collection. So that's good. Meanwhile, we have 1 power left with 2 turns remaining, so I'm going to use the first part to one of our commands to recharge, and one of our commands to do atmospheric testing, and that will get us to our bonus objective for our data transmission. So that succeeded. So we'll have 1 turn left to try and get up to 4 of the comms resource, which we need. So we'll do data transmission for 1 power and 1, and it'll use 1 data, 1 power. Damn. This was poor power management. This will get me to 3 and 3, but I won't have enough for the bonus. Unless we can do... Yeah. I'll do this to save 1 power so that if it fails, then we can go ahead and resist the negative effect. We won't get the bonus reward, unfortunately, but we should at least accomplish our objective. Okay, so we succeeded in our mission. It wasn't flashy, wasn't sexy, but we got the job done. Mission success. Okay, so again, 188 support. We gain 300 science for 2 turns. All right, now we need to go down the animal and space route. 6 months till Japan launches their mission. 8 months till the Chinese launch their mission, so we'll plan the mission. We will pick payload parts. We've already researched the Eden capsule with a 71% reliability. We could, again, go with prototype to reduce costs, but reduces reliability. We could go with comms, improves communication methods, which doesn't make any difference to it's a reduced payload reliability. I guess it's a slightly better capsule version, supposedly. More info, I don't understand that. So it gives us better short-range comms, so potentially better comms, but our objective is only a 1-level comms, so I don't need that. Increased power, increased build cost. What does this do for me? Well, the more power might make it easier to reach my task objectives. It will cost substantially more money, but I've got the cash, so we'll do that. It'll take 2 months to build. I don't think we're going to get ours off the ground, because then we've got to do the vehicle, then we've got to prepare for a launch window. I think we're going to lose animals in space to the Japanese. Okay. Nothing happened there. Humans in space research is complete. That's good, at least. I mean, they could fail the launch. That's right, Bolden. Okay, so now we'll design the vehicle. Basically, that looks like a Mercury capsule, by the way. All right, so the booster will be our Jupiter booster. It'll be the first launch for that booster. And then the upper stage will be the Jupiter upper stage. First launch for that. 6-month build time? Holy shit. I didn't realize it takes that long. God. I mean, we'll still gain something, P. Warner, by coming in second, but we've already promised we'll be first with men in space, so this might hurt our chances at that. We'll name this vehicle the Ramgar 1. Okay. Can we? I wish you could plan a mission while you're building it. Like, should I really have to wait to build it to plan it? All right, so we've done humans in space, so we'll do Mercury in space. So even if we fall slightly behind in this, I guess the hope is that we'll be ahead in, we'll be already complete in our other research, so maybe that'll set us up for success, I guess. Mission control building's got to be almost done, right? Maybe next month? Let's see here. So 6 months just to build. They're going to launch in 4 months. So we'll probably finish in third at this rate. What do we need to suggested mission part? So I need to research these items too. That's the other thing. So we're researching the Mercury capsule, but we've also got to research these boosters. Space is getting a little bit crowded with a bunch of other satellites out here. Nice name. Ramgar, will I get bits if you die or don't die? All right, mission controls complete. All right, so the tutorial's done, basically. So we've got one mission slot available because the mission control's done. So we're working on the Ramgar 1 for animals in space. We can research another mission, though. So if we go to... if we click on the Earth, we can either start... We don't have all the parts researched yet for humans in space. So we could do an orbital radio. We could do a test launch guidance systems. Research, develop new guidance systems. Or we can go with solar wind monitoring. Challenging, 500, 500. So let's do another sounding rocket. I'll take the 250 research bonus. Wait, what's this? Test launch guidance systems. Yeah. Well, I can't... I don't think I can... I guess, actually, if we go back. What if we do... Humans in space is locked. Because I have to complete the other research. So I can do the guidance systems first before the other research will be done. And then I think once the Mercury capsule is done or something like that, then I can start the humans in space, but I can't start it yet. So I can do the build simultaneously on these two other missions. Meanwhile, the research is underway on humans in space, but we're still a ways away, 1,500 research away. So managing, that's going to be like 15 months. Although we get some bonus research from the sounding rocket. Yeah. So maybe I should actually abort this. I know I'm being silly with money, but if we go back to... Because it's important, in order to get the human research done quicker, I need more research points, which I get more for solar wind monitoring or orbital space. I'm not sure either one of those matters, so... Oh, no mission slots available? Yeah, abort this mission. So if we go with orbital radio... and go with the tried and true equipment... then we can hopefully get more research. Also, the Ramgar would give us more research as well. Power cut. A local power outage during the construction of the Explorer payload for your upcoming orbital radio mission has resulted in minor damage to one of the components. Your engineers have estimated a 5% reduction in payload reliability, which is currently 66%, unless the component is replaced at the cost of 100K. I've got the cash. We'll replace it. How often can NASA say that? Oh yeah, we've got the cash, no biggie. Okay, so we'll design the vehicle. I guess I could just load a previous design, which I should have done. Also, if we use the Jupiter here, it's going to cost more money, but I think I'm actually going to use the Jupiter because that will increase the reliability of my... This will be the first launch of our Jupiter, but if I succeed with it, it'll increase the reliability of my forthcoming launch of the animals into space. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll name this rocket the Neuhauser 2. We'll save the design. And confirm. Really tempting fate here. Hey, it gives me a 72% reliability here. Japan is launching animals into space next month. Let's hope it blows up. Sorry, Lassie, but I don't want them to... I don't want to be third. Optimization available. My engineers have identified a way to optimize key component of the Explorer payload for my upcoming orbital radio mission. Sure. Give me that. Give me that reliability over cash. Japan failed. They failed. Huzzah! I feel bad, but they failed. All right, so if we go to milestones here. Animal in space. Japan failed at their mission. China is launching tomorrow or next month. We are planning stages of a mission. The Soviets and the Europeans have not yet even completed the previous artificial satellite mission. So right now, China is poised to be in first place. My research of Mercury is only proceeding at 110 science per month, so we're still a ways away from completing that research. We need to complete that research. But hopefully Ramgar 1 will help us in that. We have a funding review in 4 months. Japan is disgraced. Yeah. What's the Sat 988 at the top? This is support. So this is total support within our government for our program. The more success we have, the more money they will give us. That feels perhaps a little optimistic, knowing what we know about modern politics and funding of science and space. But it is the Cold War, so it is a space race. So maybe that gives us a better chance of obtaining additional funding. But we'll go to the next month. So we're ready to do animal and space vehicle is complete. So now we've got to go ahead and do launch preparations. So we're going to launch as soon as we can. We're going to set some training focuses. The payload reliability 76, so we're going to focus on launch reliability. We're going to go ahead and select a launch date, which apparently next month is available. So plus minus 3%. So we will select next month because then we've got a 3-month window of bad launch timing. So hopefully if China fails in their mission, we might be able to be the first. Otherwise, we'll be the second. So we'll confirm mission setup. Does it say if China succeeded, or is that still considered next month? Yeah, so China will do it this month, so we would be second, but only a month behind. Orbital radio. Wait, why is this still 5 months? Oh, because the Jupiter takes so long to build? Forgot about that. I didn't lose to China yet, Charcoal. Now we lost to China. Looks like their mission is in progress, but they gained their first place bar here. So China did beat us. Okay, so hopefully we succeed in our mission and we'll be in second place here. Oh, but look, it's raining, so now we're going to have to wait 4 months. Or do we risk it? Do we send it up in the rain? Oh my god, look at that downpour. At least we didn't blow up Lassie on the launch pad yet. Terrible conditions. We're gonna do it, guys. I don't want to risk. I don't want to risk it. But I do. But I don't. Let's go. Let's go in the rain, boys. Let's go.
3, 2, 1.
Don't blow up, Lassie. Don't blow up. I didn't see an explosion. That's good, right? Woo! Success! Our rockets don't blow up nearly enough. I'm just saying. At least if history is any judge. Okay, so the rocket is in space. Ramgar, thanks for the bits. All right, so we need to collect 1 radio comm and 3 data. Bonus objective if we get 6 and 2. We've got quite a bit of power. We've got 8. We've got 4 turns remaining. So we will do a signal test. And then signal return, we'll do atmospheric sampling. Confirm commands. Oh, fuck. So that failed. I can spend a power to resist. So we'll do that. This craft has quite a nice amount of power, though, at 8, I feel like. Oh, barely squeaked that one out. So that's a success on our first turn. We have 3 more turns. So we're going to go ahead and do another signal return test. Or actually, we'll do data transmission. So that'll get us to 3. And then we'll do atmospheric sampling. That'll get us to 5. God damn it. So our failure odds never seem to hit on launch, but they sure happen a lot in space. All right, atmospheric sampling success. Okay, so we're at the bonus objective. For objective, we need 1 more of data. So we have 2 turns left. I'm going to spend 1 point recharging some electricity and 1 point getting to the visual data collection. And this should be a pretty comfortable bonus mission. Okay, so visual data collection was a success. There you go. So we obtained all of our objectives from this mission and the bonus objectives, so we get a 50% reward on all of our outcomes there. So second in space, we get way less support from that. But we do get a bunch of science. 1,032. Nice. China's the first animal in space. We were second. All right. Can we do humans in space yet? No, because I don't have the research for it. China already has the research done? They already have completed their research for the first human in space? How? How they're so far ahead? I don't even have the mission parts researched yet. All right, and on that note, we're going to go ahead and wrap this mission up, or this episode up. We successfully sent Lassie into space. I do regret that in this era of space travel, however, it was not typical to retrieve the animals that were sent into space. That is unfortunate, but it is, a part of the way the space race was waged in the 1950s and 1960s. And a lot of things that I'm not sure would be tolerated today were tolerated in that period of time. With that being said, we did get into space with our animals second. The Chinese got there first. We are going to hopefully catch up and get the first human into space. But we'll see if we're able to do that in our next episode. Until our next episode, this is the Historical Gamer saying once again, thank you very much for watching, and I'm out.